Hey everyone, now that we've finished the Mist Trail, we're heading back down via the John Muir Trail. Come along and enjoy the walk with us. All right, let's get going. Remind me again, where exactly are we now?
We came up the Mist Trail to Nevada Fall, and now we've been heading down on the John Muir Trail for a little while. Clark Point should be coming up before too long.
Got it. It's funny how we're still in the same area, but everything feels a little different on the way down.
Yeah, even on the way down, the views keep shifting a little as we go.
The Mist Trail really was tough, though. With that many stairs, I can still feel it lingering in my legs.
I know what you mean. If I stop for a minute, I feel a lot better in the moment. But after walking for hours, I definitely don't bounce back as quickly.
That's pretty normal. On a long hike, the muscle fatigue keeps building, and you're also slowly running low on water and energy. So even when you rest, it takes longer to feel recovered.
Got it. So even though the JMT feels easier underfoot right now, my body's still carrying the fatigue from all those stairs.
When you put it that way, just because we're going downhill now doesn't mean it suddenly feels easy. The later it gets, the more important it is to stay at your own pace.
Yeah, the scenery makes it easy to forget, but your body still knows it's been a long day.
Those people who passed us a little while ago were moving fast. They're already way ahead.
Seriously, I kind of wish I could keep that kind of pace.
Honestly, I think we're better off sticking to our own pace. If you try to match someone else's speed out here, you can end up more tired and a lot sloppier with your footing.
Yeah, with how my legs feel right now, trying to keep up with them would probably catch up with me later.
Last time I came here, I was just wearing regular sneakers, and there were a few spots on the rocks where my foot slipped a little. I had to be way more careful the whole time. Today, I'm in hiking boots, and it feels completely different. They don't make everything easy, but the extra stability helps a lot.
Me too. I'm really glad I went with hiking boots. They're so much easier to walk in. Thanks again for helping me choose them.
That makes me curious. What's the biggest difference between hiking boots and regular sneakers?
For me, it's the sole and the traction. On rocky trails, the sole doesn't flex over every little edge as much, so you feel a lot more planted.
And when there's a little sand on the rock, even if it looks dry, I feel a lot more confident setting my foot down in boots like these.
Got it. So it's not just ankle support, it's that your whole foot feels more stable.
Yeah, my legs are tired, but at least my footing feels a lot more solid today.
It's starting to get a little darker, but wow, this is gorgeous.
Seriously, you can still catch a bit of Nevada Fall down below, and it looks completely different from this angle.
This is Clark Point. It's one of the better-known viewpoints along this side of the John Muir Trail, and it's a great place to see Nevada Fall and Liberty Cap from a slightly higher angle.
Got it. So instead of the close-up intensity you get on the Mist Trail, this is more about seeing the waterfall with the granite walls around it.
Exactly. This is where the JMT really shows what it's all about. Depending on the season and trail conditions, some hikers even treat Clark Point as a destination on its own.
That makes sense. It's cool seeing the same area we were looking up at earlier, from a little farther back like this.
And Liberty Cap really stands out. I like how you get the valley and all the granite around it in the same view.
It's amazing how much the whole scene changes just by changing where you stand in the Nevada Fall area.
When we get back to the hotel, do you want to try the River Restaurant and Lounge? That's the place near the hotel, right?
Yeah, that sounds great. From the photos, it looked really warm and inviting. I'd love to just sit down somewhere like that and relax.
I remember the steak and salads looking really good too. After walking this much today, I'm definitely in the mood for a real meal.
Same here. When you're walking with views like this, It kind of distracts you from how hungry you are. But now, I'm really starting to feel it.
The only thing is, it'll probably be a little late by the time we get back. Hopefully it won't be too crowded.
At this point, just being able to sit down somewhere calm and eat something warm would feel amazing.
After a day like this, dinner almost feels like part of the reward.
The sun's getting pretty low now. I was fine a minute ago, but the air's definitely starting to cool off.
I know. It feels fine while we're moving. But the second we stop, it suddenly feels chilly. A light jacket would really come in handy at this time of day.
That's why layers you can adjust make such a difference. On the way down, your body doesn't always stay as warm as it does on the climb. And toward evening, the temperature can drop pretty quickly.
Even if it's not really cold, just feeling a little chilled can make your body feel heavier and more tired.
Right. Just like you don't want to overheat, you also don't want to get chilled later in the day. Even one light layer can make a big difference.
Yeah, if you can keep yourself comfortable, it's a lot easier to stay relaxed and keep a steady pace all the way down.
Yosemite has so many famous spots. But what's everyone's favorite place?
That's a hard one, but I'd probably still pick this area. The views you get while walking the Mist Trail and the JMT have that close-up feeling, but also that huge sense of space, and I love that mix.
I know what you mean. The viewpoints you can drive to are beautiful too, but the places you reach on foot stay with you in a completely different way.
Same. Tunnel View and Glacier Point are amazing in their own way. But I feel like those moments when the scenery suddenly opens up while you're hiking are what stick with me the most.
Exactly. On days like this, when you get both the power of the waterfalls and the spread of the valley in the same view, it feels like more than just a nice view.
Right. I think your favorite place ends up being about more than just how it looks. It's also about what it took to get there.
Yeah, Yosemite has a lot of incredible views, but the ones that make you want to come back are probably the ones you had to walk for.
So this wraps up our John Muir Trail descent for the series. And really, this whole Mist Trail series too.
Looking back, it's kind of amazing how much the scenery and the whole feel of the hike kept changing. From the forest at the start, to the Vernal Fall Stairs, Emerald Pool, the top of Nevada Fall, and then the JMT on the way down.
What I loved about the Mist Trail was how close you get to the waterfalls, and what stood out about the JMT was getting to take in the wider views and the scale of the landscape.
And it's not just a famous hike. It really feels like a place where you get to experience how big Yosemite is.
Thanks for walking with us through all of this. I hope this 16-part Mist Trail series gave you a real feel for the hike, or maybe even made you want to come see it for yourself someday.
Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. And if you haven't yet, please check out our other Yosemite videos too. We'll see you somewhere beautiful again soon.